What's happening, people? It's Villa away. Fulham are looking for the third win since 1999 at Villa Park. How do Fulham channel the ghosts of Hugo Rodallega, Simon Morgan, and Jeff Holsfield to win at Villa Park?
He couldn't pull it down. In a moto.
Villa's goal scoring woes have been more than well publicised. You look at how this has happened, and simply, well, since House and Reed sealed Steven Gerrard's fate at Villa Park with a 3-0 win at the Cottage, Unai Emery's come in and played pretty much the same tactics since day one, since a 3-1 win over Man United. Like in their last league game, like against Sunderland's a 1-1 draw, Villa played the exact same way. Those once successful tactics have gone stale. Like Emery's been found out and he is refusing to adapt to what needs to be done to change his team's tactics. What are those tactics, you ask? Well, listen, great question. Let me tell you, pretty much Unai Emery loves to go for a five-pronged attack to sort of overload numbers in attack. Villa push a left-back very high up in normally Luca Digne or Ian Matson, and then they put the attacking midfielder and the left winger more centrally alongside the striker, the out of form Miss Jolly Watkins, to form a three up front sort of formation, while the right winger, likely to be Daniel Marlon or Evan Goosens, will start out at right wing. Boubacar Kamara has taken up the number 6 mantle since going back from injury at Villa Park, while John McGinn has taken up the mantle of being that transitional ball carrier, that primary creator for Aston Villa. Villa try and get the ball into John McGinn to create fast, quick transitions to sort of that overload of numbers with pure attackers in transition. Well, great, we know how Villa like to build up, but how do they like to play an attack? Well, it's simple as this. When Villa go forward, their system sort of relies upon their forwards, but with that overload light in numbers, their forwards stretching the play, making a defence stressed out by the sheer amount of numbers in attack, and this is created mainly by successful take-ons being delivered by their wider players. This season, the complete opposite has happened. This season, Villa have completed the least take-ons in the Premier League with just 28%. This has seen Emery's side become predictable and quite easy to play against. Teams know that now they haven't got those stretch and wide talents, the ones that have left, for example, like Leon Bailey. Teams know that they can sort of bet on bogging down that light midfield area, held down by just John McGinn and Boubacar Kamara. Teams know that setting a few numbers centrally stops Villa's attacks at source, stops John McGinn getting that ball forward to those attackers to create transitional overloads. Pack numbers centrally, and Villa can't do that. And this season, they haven't. It's another game where Sander Berger and Sasa Lukic will have to remain resolute to pack numbers centrally. They have to sort of recommit on the performance they put against Brentford last week. Doing the same will be a great step to success in a massive fixture at Villa Park this Sunday. To get more numbers centrally, Alex Iwobi should not only focus centrally with the ball like he did last week. We should see him come inside to use some of that defensive prowess that his physical stature would suggest that he certainly has. And aside from that, Josh King showed great aptitude to win the ball back numerous times this season. He should do just the same here with even more defensive aptitude at Villa Park. With that being done, Fulham have a 4-1-2 opportunity in the middle of the park this Sunday, stopping Villa's attacks at source. As for dealing with that five-pronged attack when the time does come, say that we can drop Sander Berger between the centre-backs to sort of utilise his physical prowess, Fulham can deal with that attacking overload while still having a advantage of numbers centrally. Going forwards, Fulham should look to do what they do best, attacking transition. Don't be scared of Aston Villa. See it as really an opportunity to get a massive 3 points, making a good start, a great start in the second city. And Fulham should do that by attacking both wing-backs. Matty Cash has been criticised by Villa fans for years upon years, but yet that he's still playing. Aside from that, Lucas Digne or Ian Matson being pushed high up that pitch to sort of play late as a pseudo left winger when Villa have the ball should be exploited by Fulham in transition. When Digne's pushed high, push Harry Wilson high and wide to that right side to sort of make upon that space that is left behind by Digne's defensive absence. The lineup likely unchanged, and I completely agree. Listen, Leno, Tete, Anderson, and Bassi create no surprises, and despite like Anthony Robinson completing a full 90 for the first time this season last Tuesday, he shouldn't reclaim his place. Ryan Sessegnon has been quietly fantastic all season. He's been a real gem at left back for Fulham. We haven't really missed like Anthony Robinson at left back, and that is sheer praise for Ryan Sessegnon. We haven't missed a beat at left back. You have Ryan Sessegnon to thank to that. Like in midfield, there is no shocks. It's Sander Berger and Sasa in the middle of the park for Fulham. Last Saturday night, they put up a display that blended discipline defensively with some attacking flavour, much needed from Fulham's deeper midfield players, and they did just that, taking it in turns to attack that Brentford back five, whilst one sat back and defended unchanged as well in the creative try position for Fulham. Like as I outlined earlier, like Alex Iwobi starts in a pseudo left midfield position where he'll be coming inside a lot more to be that central primary ball carrier for Fulham, where he looked best last Saturday night. While Josh King, his bounce back performance that he showed last Saturday night should be shown to kids around the country about how to carry yourself on the football pitch, and that rewards him with another start. The King's reign continues at number 10, whilst Harry Wilson's goal sees him keep his place at right wing, despite Kevin being in contention for this game after a midweek injury scare against Cambridge. He doesn't come in for Alex Iwobi. His performance last week was just too good to drop the Nigerian, but I have no doubt that on 60 minutes it could be Wilson or Iwobi coming off for Kevin to cause even more havoc to that Villa defence. Up front, it's Rodrigo Muniz. Listen, say that we get the Rodrigo Muniz that we saw from the 20th minute onwards against Brentford, will be in much luck. He looks fantastic, Rodrigo. He was bullying Nathan Collins, using his body fantastically. And say you want to see more of that, you can go to my Brentford review, long form one on my TikTok, everything, all on there, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, you know the score. Fantastic from Rodrigo. We need more of that. Rail's performance against Cambridge didn't inspire enough for me to see him reclaim his starting striker berth. We need Rodrigo to keep up that goal scoring form that he should have been allowed to have against Brentford. Rodrigo Muniz rounds on the lineup for Fulham. What would a win mean for Fulham? Well, listen, it will be a statement one, a massive one for Fulham's hopes of climbing the table further this year. It would move Fulham, touch wood, not to jinx it, but into the top four. 6 games into the season, which is normally for most people the opening mark you start to look at the table. It would be a massive win for Marco Silva's men. And listen, we are playing Aston Villa at a perfect time. Villa's goal scoring escapades, or well, not much of escapades, have been completely deserved. They are putting up the least XG in the league with 0.7 per 90. That is even less than the Scott Parker's barely people. And as Fulham fans, we know that that is absolute attacking dross. That is an indictment on Unai Emery's unwillingness to adapt. The team's finding out his tactics. But listen, say that Fulham fast start, heads will drop at Villa Park. They are still looking for their first league win of the season. They are still not being able to find that team goal that they are sort of known for. They have seen 2 long-range strikes, like in a Brentford error, from their only goals of the season through league, European, and domestic action. Fulham face and out of form, like Ollie Watkins, a disillusioned Morgan Rogers, like and a manager really under mounting pressure. This is a real opportunity for them to get a statement result, turn a good start to the season really into a great one. Listen, let's sort of try and channel those goals of Jess Horsfield, Simon Morgan, Kieran Richardson, Hugo Rodriguez, Lewis Holtby, and the like. Let's get a massive win. Listen, I'll see you in Birmingham. Come on, Fulham.